nation to full prosperity. We're going to go full prosperity and to build the greatest economy the world has ever seen, just as we had just a short time ago. We will make America powerful again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America healthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Great again. Great again.
Hey guys, welcome to the American Tribune Live. Welcome back. I think we had to take all of last week off. We missed last Tuesday and Thursday due to the extreme cold where I live in the communist state of Minnesota under Kim Jong-walls. It was a little too cold. I work outside in a little shed, but it is good to be back. And I got to say this too, nothing like listening to Donald Trump amp us up in the intro and then focus on Selena Gomez today. But we had to talk about this. I apologize in advance. We talk about everything on the show. There's like a 30-second clip of Selena Gomez that's gone absolutely viral. I think the first account that posted it is up to like 60 million views. Absolutely insane numbers here. It's a short video. It's useless. I don't care what these Hollywood celebs think or say. They've psyoped us enough. They can go live in their mansions and go jet around the world and lecture us all day long about climate change and whatever else. But there is so much more to the story because we can unpack this. We can dissect the narrative. We can expose all the rot that is happening. And I said the word psyop before. I want to connect this back to Tom Hanks in March of 2020. And Tom Homan himself, Trump's border czar, even predicted this would happen. They said there will be fake tears. There will be crocodile tears. And we got that already. In the first week, Trump's deporting thousands of people, setting new daily records, which is amazing. And then, of course, we get the fake tears because they want to pump the brakes on all of Donald Trump winning. But welcome to the show, folks. I got Greg writing over on Facebook. We are testing the waters over on Facebook today. Yeah, Greg writes, she's pathetic. There are words to describe her that we can't use on social media, even on Rumble and X. There are words that just would not fly. I mean, she's beyond pathetic. She's disgusting, despicable. Again, censoring myself right here. Why don't we just get into it? I'm going to play the video. If you're tuning in just now, welcome aboard. We are talking about Selena Gomez's just wild comments, and I want to point out how she is wrong. It's like a 30-second video, and I'm going to devote 30 minutes to this because we need to debunk every single lie and narrative and set the record straight so that when you're talking to your Democrat voting family member and friend, and look, I'm in Minnesota. That's all that I have. I only have friends and family that vote Democrat, and they want to be like, did you see Selena Gomez's powerful video? It moved me to tears. She's so empathetic. I have more to say on empathy in just a second, too. And then we just got to be like, nope, sit down. Let me teach you a thing or two about this psyop that you're watching here. But let's get into Selena Gomez. I apologize in advance. We don't want to be watching this. We don't care what she has to say, but let's do it.
I just want to say that I'm so sorry. All my people are getting attacked. The children. They don't understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything, I promise.
I love their tears so much. These are fake tears, so I got to temper my joy and enthusiasm. But I love leftist tears. These aren't real tears, so I can't get too excited about it. And I do want to comment. Gary writes, Gary, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for commenting. But he says, who cares? Why is this news? I don't know her personally. Gary, this is the correct answer. Nobody should care. I certainly don't care. Why is it news? I will talk about that in a second. I don't know her personally. I don't want to get to know someone like this. Here's the reason I'm talking about this, because we just played the clip and now we are going to dissect all of it. We're going to debunk it. And we've got to set the record straight. And it's news because half this country voted for Kamala Harris. The reality is 48% of Americans that voted in this last election voted for Democrats. They voted, in essence, for Selena Gomez. There is no distinction anymore. If you operate in the world thinking Kamala Harris deserves my vote, I see no difference in you watching this video and saying, yeah, you know what? I should cry too because Donald Trump's a monster. He's deporting all these illegal criminals. Richard writes, who is this? Exactly. Marcia says this is ridiculous, so stupid. It is, Marcia. This is also stupid, but this is what they do. This is the psyop that they are running right here. Number one, I got to pop this graphic up here. She wants you to care. Selena Gomez does not care. Selena Gomez is a billionaire with a B. That is not a typo. She is worth $1 billion. And this is the argument that I make. If you are a billionaire or you could be broke, if you want illegals in this country, you provide for them. Selena Gomez could build entire communities of new homes and house all these violent illegal criminals. She could be neighbors with them if she wanted to. Hey, you want to be part of MS-13? You're in Tren de Aguas. Let me have a new development built just for you. You can be my neighbor and you can babysit my kids. If Selena Gomez, and again, I'm using her as a proxy for any Democrat voter at this point, if any of these losers and these clowns and these brainwashed sheep cared about illegals, they would take care of them personally. When she's worth $1 billion, or your neighbor who might be broke but has an extra bedroom in their house, they could put someone up in their house. You know, the more money you have, the more illegals you can house. They don't, and that is how you know it is a fraud to begin with. Got to set the record straight. I don't care if you're a billionaire. I don't care if you're poor. If you want these people in this country and you think that they should be taken care of, then you go take care of them. I mean, the fact that she's a billionaire crying over this, yeah, we can mock her, humiliate her like she's embarrassed herself. That's par for the course. These Hollywood celebs are clueless. But this message is for everyone that votes Democrat. If you care so much about these people, you take care of them. Do you want a gang member that deals in drugs and children? You take care of them. Yeah, we got Rayleigh commenting, money, money, money. And then Carol, you're going to segue to my next point here. If she's so upset, let her go too. If you watch the video, and I am not going to play it again because we have only so many brain cells that we're afforded in life. We can't afford to lose anymore. The thing that she said in the video is that my people, I am so sorry. Selena Gomez, folks, was born in Texas. She's an American citizen. The best of my understanding here, she is of half Mexican descent, however you want to say that. Her father is Mexican. He abandoned her. For all intents and purposes, Selena Gomez grew up, it's kind of like all these guys. Remember Barack Obama? He was raised by a single white mother because dad left him. Selena Gomez, same thing. Single white mom because Mexican dad abandoned her too. But when it comes to the political narratives, my people, she feels more attachment with the illegal Mexicans in this country than she does you, fellow American, fellow Texan, fellow whoever. We are the ones that have made her famous. We are the ones that, for some reason, I don't know who you are out there. I blame parents on this because she was some teen bop person. Parents, stop sending your kids to this nonsense. Stop going to their shows. Stop watching their show, going to their shows. It doesn't matter. They hate you. But she's a billionaire because of America, because of our money, because of our fandom, our base, her supporters. She hates you. She's not grateful for the $1 billion that you've given her in life. It is absolutely insane. She identifies more with the poor illegal immigrant than you, the American citizen, after all of this has been handed to her. Yeah, and as Donald writes here, should she get an Academy Award for that act? Yes. I mean, she was acting. This was a pure act. Excuse me, I got to clear my throat, folks. Yeah, anyone that thinks this was authentic, you're probably voting for Kamala Harris. We'll just go back to that. This was not real. But to my point about empathy, this is the misunderstanding people have about empathy when it comes to watching these leftists emote all day. They think, well, they'll tell you, leftists will tell themselves, I'm more of a feeling person. I'm really touchy-feely, so that's why I vote Democrat. And they say, you don't have any feeling whatsoever. That is one of the biggest lies you've been told in modern society. Selena Gomez, I don't care how many fake tears or real tears she cries. I don't care how many times she votes Democrat. She has zero empathy. The fact that she is willing to side with illegals, and not just illegals, but violent criminals, and they could be, in this case, again, voting Democrat, I'll extrapolate this out, violent, illegal, alien criminals, violent American citizens that do harm on other Americans, law-abiding, tax-paying Americans. She sympathizes with the violent, evil element of society. Where is her empathy for the victims of this? Where is her supposed empathy, I should say, for people harmed by illegal immigration? for people harmed by violent criminals. She has no empathy for the good people in society. Therefore, she has no empathy. She can only think about herself. She's putting herself out here not because she cares about anybody. She's putting herself out there in this fake cry video because she wants attention for herself. She's a narcissist. It's about her ego. There is no empathy involved in this whatsoever. She does not care about the illegals that are here or are getting sent home. She cares about the attention for herself. I have empathy because I feel bad for the people that have lost jobs because of illegal immigration, that have had to bury their children because of the drugs that have been trafficked across the border. I have empathy for the hundreds of thousands of missing kids that Selena Gomez, by the way, has never cried for. Selena Gomez has never cried for a single missing child lost at the border or lost in the process of crossing the border. She has never cried for an American citizen killed, harmed, abused at the hands of a violent illegal criminal. She has never cried for anybody else, except right now when the worst people that could be in this country are being sent home. There is no empathy involved here, folks. You watching the show, me talking about it, we have empathy because we care about the good people, the people that deserve justice, the people that deserve safety and security. We are the ones with empathy. Stop pretending that because you vote Democrat, you're a feeler. And if you vote for Republicans, let's say, even though the Republican Party is useless, conservatives, you're a thinker. You got to set aside that distinction. It's not real. These people do not have any feelings whatsoever. They care and think only about themselves. All right, we got to get to the comments here. Facebook is blowing up today. This is why I love streaming on Facebook, because this is where people chat. We always have to dance around the unknown line of what we're allowed to say and what we're not allowed to say here. Dennis writes, give the illegals her address. I'm not going to support doxing, Dennis, but point well taken, because Selena Gomez, here, I got a picture of her house. Let me pull up this. I'm going to pull up a picture of her house. It seems like there is plenty of room. There's her house. Selena Gomez lives in a $5 million mansion, which seems kind of small if you're worth $1 billion. It could be a lot of paper value, I suppose, but I see a lot of lit up rooms. You could house a lot of illegal families. If they marched down her street, I wouldn't be upset. And it would be great to actually have someone knock on her door. We saw this during the election where the man on the street stuff, they would go and knock on doors that had the Harris wall signs, and they said, help me, I'm an illegal immigrant. I should have found that video for this podcast right here. They would knock on the doors of these people and they'd say, you support Kamala Harris, you support open borders, you support illegal immigration. I'm an illegal. Can I stay in your house for a night or for a week? I just got to get back on my feet. And every single one, and I'm sure maybe they edited one out, but I would love to have seen actually someone say yes just to prove that those people exist. But every single one in that video said, no, it's not good for me. I have young kids, or I leave for work during the day. They're all frauds. I know someone asked, why are we talking about Selena Gomez? Because she is just an example, a proxy of every single person that adopts this Democrat religious worldview. They think in some nebulous idea that illegals will just be taken care of. What they don't care about and don't think about and cannot comprehend is that someone is actually impacted. Some real human being is impacted by illegal immigration. Selena doesn't have to worry about that. Where that little $5 million mansion is located, she doesn't have to worry about illegals pitching a tent in her backyard, panhandling on the street corner of her freeway exit. We have to deal with that. I see new apartment buildings going up and getting ruined. I see people on the street asking for money now. I see the crime rates going up. I see the school system getting abused and nobody can speak English anymore. We have to feel the brunt of this. I can see my neighbor losing his job. I can see wages getting depressed. I can see home prices going up because there's so much more demand with all these tens of millions of people here. We are affected by these policies, by their presence here. Selena Gomez will never be affected by those policies. She does not care. But yes, I would love to see them go knock on her door and say, I'm an illegal criminal. I hurt people in my home country. I steal in this country, but I'm illegal. And you said it's a shame that I'm getting deported. Please find me refuge in this mansion of yours. I got to say, Paul, watch the video now. That is entertainment. Paul, this brings me joy. Leftist tears are my entertainment now. I do this for a living. I don't want to watch any more C-SPAN videos. I don't want to listen to any other Democrat politician lie and gaslight me. I want to watch the meltdowns. It makes me happy. It's like watching a comedy sitcom that used to be good. Now they're all woke. This makes me happy. Just give me a little Selena Gomez crying for 30 seconds. Her misery brings me joy. Lee writes, I never laughed so hard watching her whine. Nailed it, Lee. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. Yes, the irony is that she actually thinks that she's doing good. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something. You can't because you're a useless. Well, you could do something. I take it back. She's saying, I wish I could do something, and she wants to affect policy. But this is, again, the disconnect when you're a Democrat, when you have this religious worldview, and it is a religion. They think government should solve problems. They don't think individuals should be responsible for solving problems, just like individuals shouldn't be responsible for any of their actions. This is what Democrats do. I am an individual. I am not accountable or responsible for any choices I make. As an individual, I'm not responsible for taking care of any group of people, as it were in this case. Government will always take care of it. Some oppressor group in society is responsible for my actions. This is how they operate. And so they think, I could be a billionaire, but I'm not responsible for paying for, feeding, providing shelter for these immigrants. Government will do that. In other words, I don't want to do it. I just want to feel good about myself for saying that I want to do about it. Smart man, they have gotten enough off the American people. Too many freebies. Jen, I hope you're saying that I'm a smart man. That would be a great compliment. I doubt you're referring to me, but yes, they have gotten way too many freebies. The other thing that Donald Trump needs to do is cut off all benefits. There are two sides to the immigration coin here. Number one, fly them back, bus them back, train them back, drive them back, walk them back. I don't care how they go back, just get them back. But the other side of that, there is self-deportation is a powerful tool as well. Tom Homan, Donald Trump, they've talked about this. If you don't want your family separated, you got to self-deport together. There are way too many federal dollars, state dollars, and we can't do anything about the state dollar situation, unfortunately, but federal dollars floating around there. Yeah, it's a good thing that their app got shut down on their phone. It's not a good thing that we're still having access to schools, to monthly bennies, housing, food, EBT, SNAP, WIC, whatever it is. Why are those benefits in place? If you need to be fed, go find a local church. Maybe you came here because you know a family member. Maybe you can knock on Selena Gomez's door. There are other people that will take care of you. And if not, go home. The government is not responsible for you. And when people talk about we're a nation of immigrants, these people are just trying to do the same thing that, way back when, that's what Europeans were doing. False. When I came here 100 years ago as an immigrant, I went west, or I lived in a city and I worked 7 days a week, or I hopefully farmed a plot of land. There were no welfare systems in place. There were no government benefits. They said, yeah, you're here. Good luck. Don't be a burden on society. That was about it. Nowadays, nobody comes here. And I'm not going to say, I'll say generally speaking, most of the people that come here are coming here for economic reasons. That is not a reason to come here at all. Maybe you are a hard worker. Maybe you want to live the American dream. I am not going to sit down with 10 million people and try to figure that out. If you want to come here, you do it the right way. A nation is allowed to have borders, well-defined borders. You're allowed to decide who enters your country or not. End of discussion. All right, we got to get more to comment. There are so many comments, folks. Thanks for all watching. Donald writes she should get an Academy Award for that act. I said it was an act. I'm saying it's a psyop. I think she was put on the spot to do this. They all have their names selected at some point to say, today it's you, Selena Gomez, because you get blackmailed. As far as I'm concerned, she can go back with them and take her success and her money and go over and play for them. That's the favor and don't come back. Just was that. Yeah, Riley Willie, I wanted to make this point. Thank you for bringing that back up, Liam. My people, you identify more with legal criminals than the American citizen that has given you everything that you have today. Yes, I agree. She should go back. I wish we could. I wish we could deport some people that can't be deported. I would volunteer Selena Gomez to go first. If you are in this country and you do not identify first and foremost as an American, leave. If you're going to say, I identify with these Mexican illegals, or I identify with anybody, any subset group, any ethnic minority group, any racial group, if your first identity in this country is not American, goodbye. There's the door. I don't even support your ticket out of here. I will buy you a plane ticket, Selena Gomez. You can afford it, but I will just make that gesture right now. I will buy you a one-way plane ticket back to Mexico. If you aren't grateful for being here, if you can't recognize that you are an American, then don't be here anymore. Danny writes the same thing in much stronger language. Point well taken, Danny. Gomez is useless. Useless for us, not useless for the regime. I got to make that distinction here. She's doing exactly what the establishment wants her to do. Holly, weird for you. Yes, these people are absolutely clueless. They are never affected by their policies. I got to go back. I had a Julia Roberts tweet. We talked about it on our other podcast, Freedom from the Press, that I do on Fridays. So we'll be doing that again on Friday on our other Rumble channel, the main Rumble channel, the American Tribune. But Julia Roberts, again, campaigns for Obama, Biden. She's all this Hollywood muck too, along with Selena Gomez. But she was noticing that after the Los Angeles fires broke out, that people evacuated their homes were empty, and looters would come in and steal stuff. Now, some people took the position and said, well, it's going to burn anyway. Someone might as well steal it. So I'm glad we're justifying theft now. But Julia, she took the right approach. She said, how awful that people are taking advantage of the situation. And she got absolutely roasted for it because for the first time in her life, Julia Roberts recognized, I mean, she's not putting the pieces together, but she saw that, gosh, we have a lot of criminals in society that do bad things and take advantage of these situations. Julia Roberts votes Democrat. She supported soft on crime policies. She has no empathy because she doesn't care about the victims of crime. She cares more about the violent criminals, the no good criminals. And when she finally saw that these wealthy $1 million homes were getting burglarized, just like regular communities were getting just destroyed every single day, but she didn't care about because those are the commoners, the peons. I don't care about them. I'm better than that. But once it was her friends, once it was the mansions in Los Angeles getting looted, now suddenly it's a problem here. But these people never face reality. They never deal with the consequences of their voting. Selena Gomez, bring on the illegals. It'll never affect her job. It'll never affect the safety of her community. It'll never affect if she ever has kids. And gosh, I would pray for her kids if this were a mother. They won't affect her school system. Selena Gomez will not be impacted at all by illegal immigration. So she is free to take these ludicrous, insane positions because you, the average American, will suffer for it. The demographics of your community will be forever ruined. The working situation for the working class people, forever ruined. The crime, the safety, the concerns you have of letting your kids go outside, gone forever. But Selena doesn't care because she's not affected by that. Yeah, and Michael, point well taken. I haven't even had a chance to get to this yet. Too bad she said children. Did someone misinform her? Those are criminals. Yes. I don't know if you've been paying attention, folks. Homan, Trump, they've been going after the worst of the worst right now. I can only hope that they go on every last door and knock on every last door because they know who's here. They know where they are, as it turns out. Yeah, isn't that funny? Like on day one, we could arrest 1,000 people, basically. So we did know where they were. Joe Biden just chose not to go get them. Mayorkas chose not to go get them because they would rather have their thugs on the streets terrorizing law-abiding, tax-paying, good American citizens. But yes, Selena Gomez did say children, and I promised I wouldn't play the video again. Have you not paid attention? And again, this is why it's a psyop. She certainly knows it's not kids getting deported right now. It's violent criminals. People with tattoos over their bodies, people with a longer legal record than probably my entire neighborhood could ever amass in 10 lifetimes. Like the worst of the worst are going home, and that's who she's crying about. Again, you want to talk about lack of empathy? She would cry for a violent, illegal criminal than she would for any of the grieving parents, the hundreds of thousands of grieving parents that have to bury their children because of a drug overdose, largely fentanyl that comes across our wide open border. I have never seen Selena Gomez cry. Let me pop up this graphic while we're talking about this now. I have never seen Selena Gomez cry for the hundreds of thousands of missing kids under the Biden administration, kids that get trafficked, that just disappear, even just your kid's in a government school. They just want to go to kindergarten. They want to spend time with their friends. And now you've got 10 new students in that classroom that don't speak English, and the teacher's entire day is spent talking to them. All the kids. It doesn't have to be the worst of the worst situation. It doesn't have to be a Laken Riley, Jocelyn Norway, and Tibbetts. How many names have come across the media? How many of the worst atrocities possible are committed? She's never cried for them. And then, of course, just everyday life. You got in a car accident because an illegal was driving. Your kid doesn't get to have access to their teacher today because she was focused on teaching English to another guy. It goes on and on and on. Selena Gomez has never once shed a tear, real or fake, for people actually impacted by these policies. But you send one violent dude home, and suddenly we're crying now. And it reminds you, of course, that's why I put the side-by-side here of AOC. Barack Obama built the cages. He used the cages. Donald Trump used the cages. AOC does a photo op there. I think she was in a parking lot too. Wasn't that also a Photoshop image? Wasn't she in the parking lot and then they just put her in later by the fence? And then Joe Biden continued to use the cages, but we never heard from AOC again. That's exactly what's happening here. That's how you know it is a psyop. As dumb as we think AOC and Selena Gomez are, they're not this dumb. They know, in the case of AOC, that Obama built the cages, that he used the cages, that Biden had cages, and then for some reason you're just going to cry when Trump's doing it. She knows she is crafting a message, a fake narrative. She's not actually concerned about those kids. The same thing with Selena Gomez. Selena Gomez was a huge supporter of Barack Obama, who, I guess to his credit, deported a lot of people. Barack Obama sent a lot of dudes packing, and yet Selena Gomez supported Barack Obama. So by extension, and again, she never spoke about it, by extension, she supported Barack Obama's policies on deportations. I wonder if we can actually, let me pull up Obama deportation numbers really fast here. I think he did. President Obama's administration deported more than 3 million people. Okay, Barack Obama, 3 million deportations. But how many tears did Selena Gomez cry over that? Now, I will say this. Selena Gomez probably has no idea that Obama deported 3 million people. I got to say, I don't know how many let in. I don't know if that's, I would rather we have 0 deportations because we have 0 illegals in this country, but he did it. Selena Gomez, no tears about 3. She could have cried 3 million times, never did. Yeah, Charles makes a great point too. She is part of the invasion. In essence, I mean, her father invaded her mother and then abandoned her. So Selena was left without a father, a Mexican father. But for all intents and purposes, part of, and I'll say just the equity, DEI, race conversation is that they want people like Selena Gomez, who has no connection to Mexico, 0 connection, raised by a white mother, raised in Texas. I'm not saying you ignore all of your heritage entirely, but for all intents and purposes, Selena Gomez is just an American. But DEI says, you're a little brown, Selena. You're going to get a little more attention. You can play the victim card a little bit more. Lean into that brown just a little bit. And so DEI and wokeness and critical race theory and equity and all of this race-based conversation, that gives people like Selena Gomez like, I'm Mexican. And so now she hates this country, ignores this country, and identifies with people that shouldn't be here and identifies with a part of her that doesn't exist more than what has made her what she is. Yeah, Charles, great comment. She is part of the invasion now. And again, not by accident. Yeah, Nina writes, Nina, thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. If she's so worried about them, she should help them all get home safely. Actually, I was going to say, yeah, if she's worried about them, she should just invite them into their home. Or there's this, Nina, great point. She should help them get home safely. Maybe she could have a little thing built in their home country. Hey, guys, I know you're economic refugees. I know you're getting sent out of this country. I'm going to make sure when your plane lands in Nicaragua that you have a place to stay. But she's not doing that either. Nina, great point. Because I've been focusing on what she can do while they're here. She could focus on what happens to them when they get home. Because she, by her own admission, said, I am powerless. I can't affect these decisions. But she could build shelters back in these home countries. She could call it the Selena Gomez Center for Trump Deportees. She could have this set up in every single country, put it right by the airport to make it simple, too. Illegals that got deported by Donald Trump, here's $1 million shelter that I built because I care so much about you. You'll never have to work again. You'll never have to worry about getting food again. Nina, I think we're onto something there. Great comment. Thanks for watching. Thanks for writing that down. Yeah, Dennis says, take them into her own home. Again, I just got to make this point. That's how you know they're all frauds. And I'm going to say, if you are a billionaire like Selena Gomez, or you are a broke Democrat voting fool, brainwashed fool, if you do not take personal responsibility for the things you claim to care about, I don't want to hear it. You're a fraud. If you are concerned about what is happening, and to Nina's point, I got to go back to this Nina point. It's such a good one. You can build the Selena Gomez Center for Trump Deportees in their home country because you can't stop them from leaving at this point. Or if you do want to house a few that are maybe on their out or they need to hide, you could Anne Frank it up, put them in the basement boards a little bit. You can take them into your own house. You can teach that kid English so your neighbor's kids don't have to waste their time in the government school system. You could feed them. You could give them a job. They're looking for work. How about they clean your house, do your yard work? How about they fix your car? How about you take them to work, get them an interview, set them up a little bit, do something, help them, let them stay in your master bedroom because you're so empathetic, but they don't do any of that. I don't care who you are, what your station in life is. If you vote Democrat because no human is illegal and you don't do anything about it, you are a fraud. You're an absolute fraud. Sorry, coughing and just reading this to make sure I can put this up here as well. Georgina writes, piece of work. We need to take her down with the others. I don't have any sympathy for her, just a big put on. It's all an act. Facebook audience, I love that you're all seeing the same thing. It's all an act. All an act. If you side with lawbreakers, murders, and rape, yeah, correct. I'm not going to read all that on Facebook. Point well taken. Yeah, Nina's back in the chat section. I don't buy the fake tears for a minute. What about all the children who went missing the last 4 years? I said this earlier. I think the numbers are at least 300,000 children missing. I can't even wrap my head around that figure. 300,000 missing kids. And I would guess, I mean, Selena's very concerned about her people. I don't think those are 300,000 white American children. I think those are 300,000 immigrant children, mostly brown immigrant children. Those are her people that she pretends to care so much about. Donald Trump sent 1,000 people home yesterday, I think. 300,000 people went missing, and you're looking at what side of the coin Selena Gomez is going to cry for? I can't. You just can't. I made this point as well. She doesn't care because she's living behind security gates, and when she's out, she has security. Yes, these people are deluded. They don't feel the repercussions of their voting. They vote Democrat to make them feel good, make sure they get work lined up, be part of the club. That's it. That is it. She is so weird, really. Yeah, let's make weird come back again. Remember they made JD Vance weird? They thought that would stick. Well, we can't really say the mustachioed man anymore, so let's pivot and say weird. Does she even think about them or all the young women who have been trafficked? No. The answer is no. Nina, yeah, thanks. Great comments. Nina's spot on today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. The answer is just no. And again, they're not committed to truth. I got to say this one more time. They're not committed to the truth. They don't care about these people. It is as simple as that. And I promise, folks, 30-second clip, 30 minutes of talking about that. We're at the 30-minute mark. They don't have any empathy. They could care less what is happening to these people. I don't know how many different ways we can say that. They do not care. This is all fake. These are fake tears, fake empathy, fake crying. Selena Gomez or anybody that says I'm concerned about the illegal deportations, no human being is illegal. We're the richest country on earth. We can support that. Speaking of richest country, we got to go down the GDP chat. I could care less what our gross domestic product is if it means we have 10 million illegal criminals in this country and Americans are out of work and most Americans aren't benefiting from the higher GDP. Now, if our GDP is thriving and wages are thriving and homes are affordable and groceries are affordable, actually, even then, I don't want any wiggle room. Like, what makes America great is having people in America that are Americans. As soon as you import enough people from around the world, it ceases to be America. You're bringing in people with different values, different expectations, different ethics. So it just doesn't work no matter how good the GDP is. But when people are just like, well, immigration makes our economy stronger, at what cost? Honestly, folks, at what cost? Yeah, Kevin writes, she's working on a new role. Did she cry for the people that the illegals robbed and killed? I asked that question as well. To the best of my knowledge, no. She has never cried for the people that have been robbed and killed and harmed and just had their lives ruined by illegals. So no. Where's her sorry for all the victims as their families that were killed? Yes, made that point as well. I mean, 100,000 overdose deaths a year, drug deaths a year. How many parents is that? How many grieving parents have had to bury their children from a fentanyl-laced drug overdose? How many parents are wondering where their child is tonight? How many parents are burying their young daughter for being in the park at the wrong time or the wrong place on a college campus and some illegal criminal decided to do horrible things to them? No tears. No tears. Yeah. Phoebe writes, did she cry at the mother who lost her daughter? No. Not important to America. Moving on. I agree, Robert. I'm not defending the point of the show today. I made the joke, if you're just tuning in, that I have Donald Trump giving some fantastic speech as part of my show intro, and we go from that and the music to being like, hey guys, here's what Selena Gomez talked about today. I hate it a little bit. It is important, though, if for no other reason, that you can see how narratives are getting created. This is still an important story because people believe this. There are people that agree with Selena Gomez. Oh, it's horrible to deport these illegal criminals. They would prioritize the illegal criminals over you, the law-abiding, tax-paying American citizen. So we need to change their minds. We need to have this conversation, and we need to point out you're crying for the wrong reasons. Now, Selena's fake crying. We can't say this enough. But the people that are watching this video and voted for Kamala Harris, 48% of them, that's why this is important, they're really crying. They are convinced no human is illegal. They're convinced America's the wealthiest nation on earth, so we can afford it. They're convinced that we can take in however many of these people that they deserve to be here. So we need to have this conversation to point out how they are wrong in every single instance. The immigration issue, I was on the Wayne Dupree show yesterday. I co-hosted, I filled in for one of my business partners. So I sat down with Wayne Dupree for an hour on his show. I retweeted it. Check it out on my timeline. Head over to Wayne Dupree's site. You can see me make the appearance there. I made the argument that the midterms are going to be decided on the economy. I am of the mind that there is something set up for an economic downturn, and Democrats will pin that on Trump. I think that's the only shot they have left. Wayne Dupree said they're going to focus on immigration. I don't think that'll be the number one issue, but you can see how the narrative is getting created. If they focus on immigration for the next 2 years, and every day they show you a celebrity crying, they show you some poor woman from the Colombian mountains crying, saying the phone app got shut down and how am I going to live? If they play enough of the tears, you've got half this country that is going to buy it hook, line, and sinker. They're going to be like, I guess I don't want illegals here, but my heart can't take it anymore. It's just a crying mom. Just let one more person stay. Like, that is the angle. If they do tear videos for 2 years, there are enough brainwashed, deluded, ignorant, normie, Dem voter fools out there. They're going to be like, I can't take it. Just stop the crying videos. Just vote for Democrats. Donald Trump, don't be mean anymore. I'm a better person. That's why this is important. I suggest that she takes those illegals to her house. Kvitko. I like Natasha's last name there. Yeah, absolutely, Natasha. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. But as who'd our other commenter? Nina pointed out, again, I'm going to make this a thing. The Selena Gomez Center for Trump Deportees. She could build a shelter in every single country. She could have it right by the airport. Land in an American jet. Go to the shelter that Selena Gomez is paying for. Done. You cared about them enough. At least you got them on their feet again. She can let them camp out on her fenced-in yard and leave her doors unlocked and see just how wonderful these criminals are. I would love that. Teresa, thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. Yes, if these people cared, they would choose to live by them. They would choose to invite them into their neighborhood, into their homes. They would feed them. They would shelter them. That's how you know this is fake. I've been doing this for 37 minutes. I'm fired up. I think I'm repeating myself a little bit. And it always makes me wonder, folks, like, how is this so difficult to comprehend? For my Democrat voting family members and friends, I am trying to get them to watch my show. Just watch 5 minutes of one show. That's all I'm asking for my family members and friends. But they won't, because they would have to confront issues like this. They can't accept, if they vote Democrat because they want to feel good about themselves and no human's illegal, and I call them out on it and say, then you take them in. I don't want to take them in. This country shouldn't have to take them in. You take them in if you care so much. And they never do. They don't want to confront it. They just ignore it. They don't want to be called out. So nobody ever talks about it. But yeah, going back to the earlier comment, this is why we have to talk about it. I'm not talking just about Selena Gomez. I'm talking about the entire narrative of making you feel bad for wanting these people out of the country. Nina's back in the chat. Why don't we let Selena and all the other Hollywood elites house all these illegal immigrants that they so greatly care for? And it goes even so much more than that when you bring up the entire Hollywood infrastructure. Based in Los Angeles, Los Angeles has a massive illegal immigration problem. They have a massive homeless problem in general. How many homes have you seen these celebs open up to the homeless veterans, to the illegal aliens, to the criminals released on no cash bail? Not a single one. I'm just going to say it right now. Not a single one. It is all empty virtue signaling. It's a moral fraud that's taking place. Oh, we got our first troll. We got to delete this comment, folks. Don't talk to Fairy Mary. Fairy Mary. All right, we're going to delete that person. Everyone else, thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. Fairy Mary, you got to go. Just deleting that there. Yes, Daniel writes. Where'd Daniel go? Hollywood. Sick out of touch with reality idiots. Selena Gomez is dumb. Bob, I don't know if you're commenting towards me. If you are, let me know in the chats. We'll have a conversation here, Bob. I'm right about everything that I'm saying so far. I'm not... Bob, you can let me know how you think I'm wrong. I am right about everything. My audience is right about everything. Every comment has been spot on. We are 100% correct. This is the only possible take. It's a psyop. You shouldn't be crying about what's happening. These people deserve to go. That's it. I am not wrong. But let me know in the comments below what you think should happen and how many people have you housed in your home. And if you're saying someone else is full of S, if you're saying Selena is and you're agreeing with the show, Bob, I apologize. Yes. Hoytranvo writes, hypocrite. Bob Miller. Yeah, at least Jim understood what I was saying as well. You don't seem to make it clear. I like disagreement. I like trolls. I want Bob to be calling me out so we can engage in a fun conversation. But again, I'm right. There's really no room to disagree. So I think he's probably calling out Selena Gomez. Richard Dixon writes, she's a cryberry, just like Cohen, WWE. I didn't get the wrestling reference, but nice reference right there. Yes, politics and wrestling. It's all a show. It's one and the same. Joe Biden had 4 years and didn't do anything for the American people, only for the migrants. Yes, 4 years to fix this problem. And like I said in a previous comment, on day one and since day one, Donald Trump has gone knocking on the most important doors in America saying, you're out of here. We knew where they were. We knew what crimes they had committed. Folks, let this sink in. We knew what they were doing and we knew where they were. And for 4 years, we didn't do anything about it. What does that say about the Biden administration? I wanted to get to more, but folks, I love your comments. I want to give everyone time to get their comment up on the screen here. Victor writes, she's such a phony and hypocrite with her crocodile tears, crying for criminals being arrested and not giving a damn about the victims. Yes. Yes. You summarized my entire show in one sentence. Thank you, Victor, for a spot-on comment. More sympathy for criminals than the victims of criminals. I made this point. You can't be empathetic. Democrats like to think of themselves as the feelers, as the empathizers, the sympathizers. We're the mean, cold-hearted MAGA. She's the one that's siding with criminals. You have zero empathy for victims of criminals. That does not make you empathetic. If you support criminals, you have zero empathy. You just want to feel good about yourself. You're a narcissist. The only people with empathy are the people that care about the kind in society, the good in society. Woke in Hollywood is for the devil, not for God. No disagreement there. Wondering who's going to clean her house now. I will say this. Yes, illegals can clean homes. It's a cash-based job. You don't have to report it. You don't have to do a background check. There are Americans that can clean houses. This just in. I'm tired of the argument. David, I know what your point is. I know that illegals probably do her yard work and probably clean her house, and she pays them a lower rate in cash. She no doubt benefits from illegals in her own little secluded world here. But the point I want to make is I'm tired of defending illegals being here because it's jobs Americans won't do. It is the same argument Democrats made during slavery. Who's going to pick the cotton? The argument now is who's going to clean our homes or pick our crops? I don't support racism or slavery in any form. I don't support the idea that Americans can't work. I don't support the idea that there are jobs beneath Americans. How many kids have gone to college and got a gender studies degree and can't find work, but they're too good to do physical labor or to take, quote, a menial job? They would rather not work at all and live in their parents' home than work a job. And you can do any sort of job at any level for any pay with respect and gratitude for that work and learn new skills. And you can be proud of the job you do. If you pick crops as an American citizen, if you are a janitor as an American citizen, all the way up to a pilot as an American citizen, if you are hired to do a job, you do the job to the best of your ability. You take pride in the work that you do. I don't care what it is. Americans can do all the jobs that we have earmarked for illegals. Now, I'm not trying to go off on David there. I know you're asking a facetious, funny question because yes, I would bet a lot of money that Selena has illegals clean her home. I would bet that. So I know what you're saying, David. Oh, we don't want to skip over Teresa. Oh, Teresa's back. Those weren't fake tears. She was just missing Justin Bieber. I think Justin Bieber dodged a bullet. Dodged a major bullet. If you're Justin Bieber, you are a good-looking dude worth tons of money. You're famous. You're a celebrity. You got homes around the world. Yeah, why would you settle down for Selena Gomez? Justin Bieber should rock that forever. Or find a normal, just wholesome American, or any woman. It doesn't have to be an American woman. Just find a wholesome girl to settle down with. I'm not wasting my time with Selena Gomez. I won't go there. Good for Justin Bieber. He dodged a bullet. Not good Americans, that's for sure. Not good for any American. She doesn't know what to do. She has a couple of mansions. Hey, Selena, fill your house with the... You love these people. Yeah, I have a really easy solution. House them here or build shelters for them wherever they're going. Or honestly, just write a check. Fine, don't open your doors. How about you set up, P.O. boxes. You put some cash in an envelope and say, go feed yourself today. Here, I built a soup kitchen. At least you can get fed. I don't know where you're staying, but There are so many options that a billionaire Hollywood actress, celebrity, singer could do. She's doing none of it. She's a hypocrite. She actually doesn't care. Linda says, I'm sending stars. Thank you, Linda. Thank you for sharing. God is great. Congratulations, Mr. Trump. Kathy Skaggs. Yes, we got to celebrate Donald Trump here. As much fun as it is to make fun of Selena Gomez. And I think I'm going to try to do a full hour just ranting on Selena Gomez today. But never forget, folks, it has been 8 days now that it's Tuesday morning. Donald Trump has been president for 8 days. That's it. And look at all the amazing things that are happening. We have the Gulf of America. We're going to get the Panama Canal back. We are sending these violent illegal criminals home. We are recognizing just men and women. We are ending diversity, equity, inclusion throughout the country. We are competing on the economic world stage in a way that will make America better. Tariffs for other countries. No more economic subsidies for these countries. We are going to find peace around the world. There are so many good things happening. Congratulations, Mr. President. And you know what? Job well done for my audience. I bet you all voted for Donald Trump. And I always say this to someone that didn't vote for Donald Trump, if they were just like, both parties are the same, I don't vote, or I voted for Kamala Harris because Trump is mean, and he said something a long time ago that's true, that loose women throw themselves at rich and powerful men. Oh, but I can't take reality. You're welcome. You're welcome, everybody. I voted. I saved you from yourself, from your own delusions, your own narcissism. Everyone that voted for Donald Trump did this country a huge favor. She's a true actress with crocodile tears and all. Acting for a year teaches you how to do this on demand. Yeah, people forget she's an actress too. None of this is real. I promised I wouldn't play the video again, so I'm not going to. You can find it online. It's gotten probably 100 million views across all platforms. Like just one account that posted it got 60, I think. So no doubt it's made the rounds. It's all fake. It is all fake. There are comments I want to make related to Tom Hanks and COVID. I don't know how far I want to get into that with Facebook, but just remember that they always there's always a celebrity on the front of the messaging to plant some seeds or make you feel a certain way. I actually couldn't find that video, interestingly enough. I seem to recall that they did a video. They're like, hey, we're in Australia. We're in quarantine. Yeah, we test positive. This is what we're doing. We're feeling great. I actually couldn't find that video on the internet, interestingly enough. Here we go. Got so many comments here. Folks, I'm sorry. I'm scrolling really fast here. I will post a fellow Todd LaFarve. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. Beautiful family you got there. Calling her a crybaby, a fake crybaby. God wins every time. Teresa, man, Teresa's comments are on fire. Teresa, thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. What a great audience. We have a great audience on Facebook. I'm going to say this. Speaking of our great audience, folks, we're 45 minutes in. I have a few video clips I wanted to play. I've got some Tom Homan, again, related to this 30-second fake cry fest of Selena. But I do just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting today. These comments have been, I've barely been able to keep up with all your comments. There are so many different places you can watch news, watch analysis, watch commentary. Just find a community. If you're choosing the American Tribune Live with me, Todd Peterson, I just want to say a big thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for making this show so much fun. I have a great time reading your comments. I mean, the things that you are saying here are adding to the conversation. You're informing our audience here. So thank you. Thank you for watching the show. You got so many options out there. You chose to stop when you were on Facebook to watch the show, give us a chance, comment on the show. So just thank you very much for all that, folks. Let's get into some other videos here. Nina writes, you bet your buns I voted for Donald Trump. He's getting it done and Americans are grateful. America 2024. Nailed it, Nina. We all voted for Donald Trump. We knew what we had to do. Trump is getting it done, and we have 4 years. We have 3 years and 356 days left of this incredibleness. Love it. Love it so much. Okay, we got to Michelle's comment too. I did see something like this. So I hope they pass President Trump can do a third term. I think it was, his name is Andy Ogles from Tennessee. Ogles. He is trying to amend the Constitution to undo what they did after FDR. Remember, there was no constitutional amendment or rule in place. Presidents could really just serve as long as they wanted. George Washington set a precedent that was followed of 2 terms, but it was not codified. It was not mandated. It was not legally a requirement. FDR gets in office in the 30s and 40s, and he serves 4 terms. And I think the American people were kind of like, we are tiptoeing really close to a monarchy again. And so that is when you got the constitutional amendment to say presidents can only serve 2 terms. They codified what Washington said as a precedent. And so Andy Ogles, representative from Tennessee, he is trying to get something introduced that would allow Trump to run again. I am going to say this. I don't want Trump to run again. It would be incredible if Donald Trump were president. Number one, he's old. The age thing doesn't bother me as much. I will just toss it out there because it would be discussed. If you're a 95-year-old, I'm going to give a shout out to my grandmother. My grandma is 95 years old as of yesterday. Happy birthday, Grandma. She is doing crossword puzzles every day. She plays Wordle and Connections on the New York Times app. I'm sure that data is getting stolen, but she's 95. She doesn't care. Steal her data. She reads books. She engages in political conversations. She enjoys happy hour every night. My 95-year-old grandma is rocking it. Now, could she be commander in chief? Maybe not. A little mobility is an issue. Obviously, not as sharp as you were. But then you can look at a 50-year-old sometimes that is really struggling. Like age, yes, is a thing. So I will say that. I'm not as concerned about Trump's age, but yes, he's getting older. That would be a talking point. But I don't want Trump to run again because that's just not how we're going to do this here. I want J.D. Vance to take over for 8 years. He would be a fantastic president for the next 8 years. Someone else could come up in the ranks here. Yeah, would it be great to have Trump forever? Sure. Then you got to look at the other side of that and say, so if we do that, you do understand that Democrats could do that too. And I don't like where that would be heading there at all. But I do like the 2-year precedent. I think the founding fathers had more wisdom in the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution of the United States than I think this entire country could cobble together with 350 million of us. I respect the wisdom of the founding fathers. George Washington said it is best for 2 terms. Honestly, that is good enough for me. But I see your point. More Donald Trump would be fantastic. There would be no downside to more Donald Trump. But since you mentioned it, I'm going to do it. And we got Michelle saying my mom's 96 and she's the same age. That's awesome. Michelle, good for you. I know my mom is now 72, something up there. I mean, mom's getting up there. Grandma's getting up there. How fantastic, though, that my mom at 72 still has her mom. I think that is wonderful. That is absolutely fantastic. And then here we go. I was hoping John Jr. would be J.D. Vance's vice president in 2028. That would be incredible. That would be incredible. All right, we got to get to some videos here. I've been saying a lot that this is a psyop, that these are fake tears. I want to wrap this up in an hour here, so we got about 10 more minutes. But here is Tom Homan. This is how you know it's a psyop, folks. Here is Tom Homan saying that when we start deporting people, the leftist media is going to run on the tears. They're going to have fake tears to make you not okay with what you're seeing, to give you pause to say, yeah, I don't like the open border. Yeah, I don't like the illegal criminals. But my goodness, people are crying. Tears. People are crying about the deportations. Maybe I'm going to rethink my position. Don't buy it. I've been saying from the beginning, this is what they would do too. Don't buy the tears. They're selling them. Don't buy them. But here's Tom Homan just saying this is the game plan that they have. Take a listen.
Take a lot of hate. We're going to be sued every day, numerous times. I think you'll see the left try to control the media. They're going to show the first crying female, first crying child and say how inhumane we are. But they won't talk about 340,000 children that they've failed to take care of. They're not going to talk about the young women who have been murdered in this country at the hands of criminal cartels. They're not going to talk about the hundreds of angel moms and dads who buried their children. You want to talk about family separation? They buried their children because their children were killed by a member of a criminal cartel or someone that's not supposed to be here. They'll tell one side of the story. They'll try to vilify us, but they're not going to stop us from doing our job. I don't care what the media says about me. If they saw what I saw in 34 years, saw the tragedies I've dealt with in 34 years, they would certainly understand me. They may not still like me, but there's a reason why we do what we do. Yeah. I'm tired of women being raped, making that journey. I'm tired of dead children. I'm tired of women and children being...
All right, you get the point there. But there it is. They're going to control the media. Imagine that. The lefties controlling the media, but they're going to put these crying women out there. And that's what we're getting. This video went viral too. I don't have the one with the captions, but this gal was waiting for her CBP One app appointment. And Donald Trump got in office and said, we're going to shut down this phone app that everyone got handed during Mayorkas and Biden's reign. So here she is. She's saying, what am I going to do now? I can't be an economic refugee and take advantage of all the benefits in America. Do you see how many people are recording this, by the way? Not only are we getting the view that we're watching, you can see someone else is recording it too. It's almost like, and then you could hear the guy say, Dime, like, you need to speak up on camera so that we can create a narrative. Hey, Dime is tell me. And so I see a lady crying. You know, she's working up her tears a little bit, getting her acting in there. So now we have to have another crying woman for the media to blast. So here she goes. You can hear the camera shutters clicking. Yeah, not staged at all. Not just some guy down there walking around. Oh no, there's someone crying. Like, there are cameras everywhere in the situation. Again, you got your staged crying immigrant to make you feel bad, to make those Democrats feel bad. Jesus. This is actually a different clip. I had the same gal in another video, and she was actually speaking. This one here, just crying, falling to her knees. Folks, I'm not buying it. I feel nothing for this woman. You know what? If I were them, I would come here too. If I were this woman, I lived in the mountains of Colombia, dirt poor, violence all around me. My government's corrupt as heck. I mean, sorry that you're coming to America. Your government is also as corrupt as heck here. But if I were in her shoes, I would try to come here too. I don't blame trying to come here, but they can't all come here. It's as simple as that. We can't afford it. It changes what America is and means forever. A nation is allowed to exist. A nation is allowed to exist, have borders, and decide who lives in that nation. If you go back in history, you will see that nations have risen and fallen based on levels of immigration. It doesn't make you heartless to say I'm going to prioritize the people in this country first. Am I sorry that she won't come to this country? No, I'm not. I'm not sorry at all. If I were her, I would try to do the same thing. But then she also has to understand, and you all have to understand, we're under no moral, legal, spiritual, emotional obligation to help her. We have no financial duties to help her. We have no moral obligation to give her a residence in the United States. That's just not a thing. None of this is real. There's no biblical reason to support this. There is no biblical commandment to have a massive wave of immigration, illegal immigration at that, take over your country. This is just not a thing. If you want to house the poor, feed the hungry, you can do that on the individual level, but there is no commandment. The Bible is not written so governments know how to operate. The Bible was written so that individual men and women could receive the message of how to lead a spiritual, moral, righteous life. If you as an individual, Selena Gomez or any Democrat voter, want to help these people, you can invite them into your home if they're in this country, or you can go fly to them and make sure that they have a house built, they have food in their cabinets. You can go do that. The government is not commanded by the Bible to welcome tens of millions of people. Anyone that says otherwise is lying to you, or they're in the wrong kind of church that probably has a rainbow flag and a BLM flag and no human is legal. They have those silly little yard signs. If your church is telling you that the Trump administration has to welcome all these people and isn't allowed to send them back, you're in the wrong church. You're in the wrong church. Did she say or cry anything about the 340,000 missing children? Did I miss it? Cookie Roma, thank you for watching. Thanks you for asking the question. No, you did not miss it. She has not shed a single tear, real or otherwise, for the hundreds of thousands of missing trafficked children, but she will cry for the tattooed gangbanger in MS-13 that has hurt Americans and is now going back home. So, no, you did not miss that. All right, I want to show, I think we had one more clip here. I guess we got Homan reacting to the clip as well. Let's finish up with this here.
I don't know if you've had a chance to see a video that has been going viral over the past hour or so. We're still working to clear it and show it. In fact, the Hollywood celebrity who posted it has now deleted it, I think because probably she faced a lot of backlash for it, noting even the New York Times and Fox News polls show that a majority of American respondents are in favor of deportations of criminals and gang members. She posted a video sobbing. She was crying in it. She said, "All my people are getting attacked," with the picture of a Mexican flag. Again, she has now taken that down. But what do you say to those who are out there saying that these are everyday people, these are families that are being attacked and dragged out of their homes? How do you respond to that?
I don't think we arrested any families. We've arrested public safety threats and national security threats, bottom line. And look, President Trump won the election on this one issue, securing our border and saving lives. What happened on our southern border last 4 years is the biggest national security threat this country's seen at least in my lifetime, because we got over 2 million known gotaways. We got a 600% increase in sex trafficking. We got a record number of terrorists crossing the border on the terrorist watch list. We have 250,000 Americans die from fentanyl coming across the open border. We're going to do this job, and we're going to enforce the laws of this country. If they don't like it, then go to Congress and change the law. We're going to do this operational apology. We're going to make our community safer. We're going to save. Once we lock that border on continuous operation, you're going to see fentanyl deaths decrease, illegal alien crime decrease, sex trafficking decrease. It's just all for the good of this nation, and we're going to keep going. No apologies. We're moving forward.
Yeah, I got to say, there's a lot to break down there. Again, how do you disagree with this? You can't. But Tom Homan making the point that we're going to have less drug overdoses. We're going to have less violent activity because we're targeting criminals. We're not targeting kids. We're targeting criminals, known offenders. And we're going to see less crime, less drug overdoses. We're going to see a safer country. Democrats, and I've been saying this for a long time. This is what they do now anyways. This is their platform. They will have to defend evil. If you disagree with the Trump administration, you will actually have to you'll have to be saying, I want more drug overdoses. I want more Americans killed, hurt, harmed, stolen from by illegal criminals. I want more illegals to steal jobs. That is what Democrats are saying and will have to say if they take the other side of Donald Trump's winning position here. The American, and I don't care about polls, I don't trust polls, but I do believe that most Americans are the same. We want our government out of our way. We want the border secure. We have very basic, very few needs. Just leave us alone. Give us a safe country to live in. Let us go to work. Let us take care of our families. Let us have affordable housing. Very few features of government that we actually need. Most Americans want this mess cleaned up. And so if you're a Democrat moving forward and you're thinking about voting Democrat, oh no, I saw this woman crying. She couldn't turn her phone on that the government gave her already. Oh no, I saw some woke celebrity crying. She's so hurt by these children being deported. Never mind, it's a lie and they're gangbangers. But if Democrats are going to make this an issue and try to make this a winning issue, they will have to take the side of evil. And I mean that literally. I am not being hyperbolic. If you disagree with what Trump is doing, what you are saying is, I want more drugs in this country. I want more trafficked kids in this country. I want more Americans to be hurt by the illegal presence in here, violent criminals. I want more Americans hurt by them. I want my school system to be flooded with people that don't speak English. If you disagree with the Trump administration's move on immigration, you have to be advocating for the opposite of what that entails, which is more mayhem, chaos, death, destruction, ruin. That is the side you are taking. Just understand that, my normie Democrat voters right now. If you have hurt feelings about this woman crying, just understand that you are essentially saying, I would rather have more Americans hurt, killed, stolen from, overdosing from, than feeling bad about this video of a woman crying. I don't know if it would play the same way. Do I need to show you a video of Laken Riley then? Would that change your mind? Oh man, this woman cried because we didn't let her into the country. So that swayed my opinion. Now I'm going to vote Democrat. I mean, do we need to show these other videos then? Do you want to see what your voting has led to in the past 4 years? So absolutely insane. They are defending evil. They'll have to defend evil if they take the other side of this. But they will. I think they will, because why wouldn't they? They want these people in this country. They want the illegals in the country so they get a higher census count, so they get more representation in Congress and the Electoral College. They wanted to naturalize every last one of these dudes so that there would no longer be a swing state. Like, at best, you're looking at a power move here where they can get more representation and get more swing state voters. That's at best. At worst, if you want to put the tinfoil hat on, they are actively trying to ruin this country and terrorize you. We got a Discord phone call coming in here. All right, folks. Can I pat myself on the back? We have been talking for 1 hour about a 30-second Selena Gomez clip. Hats off to you. You made this possible. You guys had so many good chats, so many comments in the chat box here. But I think this is where we have to sign off. I respect your brain cells too much. I respect your time too much to continue talking about Selena Gomez. But as an early question said, who cares? Why are we talking about this? I hope you can understand that, yes, it is one woke, useless celebrity. Don't care who she is. Don't care her name. I've never seen her in anything. I would be fine if I never did for the rest of my life. But it is more than just one woke celebrity meltdown. It's about the fact that this narrative is getting pushed. We played the Tom Homan clip. You knew it would happen. The media is going to try to craft narratives around crying celebrities, crying immigrants. You're supposed to feel bad about what is happening. You're supposed to ignore the fact that because of the deportations, you're going to have a safer country. They don't want you to know that. They don't want you to think that way. And Selena Gomez is not alone. I said it before. I live in Minnesota. Everyone I know votes Democrat. My friends, my family members, they think they're better people than me because they have bigger hearts. Never mind the fact that they don't care about the victims of all these criminals they let loose on the streets or invite into the streets that they don't want to invite in their homes, but just want to invite in Minnesota. You know, the government will take care of them somehow. They won't be affected because they live in the suburbs right now. So yeah, they're good people. But that's who this is addressing. It's not just Selena Gomez. It's 48% of the country that voted for Kamala Harris that basically feels the same way right now. They don't want to see the crying videos. That makes them hurt. Oh, Donald Trump's so mean. So we've got to wake people up. If someone actually saw the video or someone has a problem with Trump's deportation, you just need to say this is the only way to save this country and make this country safe. And if you have a problem with safety in this country, if you have a problem with fewer drug overdoses, if you have a problem with fewer trafficked children, there is something spiritually, morally broken in you. You are a broken human being. If you are taking the position of, I want more drugs in this country, I want more trafficked children, I want more violence at the hands of illegal criminals, something is wrong with you. Just tell them that and say that Todd said that. All right, folks, we're fired up. We've been fired up for an hour here. I appreciate you watching. Again, we are the American Tribune Live. We go live every Tuesday and Thursday, except when it's minus 20 in Minnesota, apparently. It's good to be back today. Every Tuesday and Thursday, 9:30 a.m. Central, over on Rumble. We're at the American Tribune Live with Todd Peterson. Head over to the channel, give us a like, give us a follow. You get notified when we go live. But again, every Tuesday and Thursday, 9:30 a.m. Central Time, the American Tribune Live with Todd Peterson. Come check it out. Come join the growing community. And again, thank you for tuning in today. You got so many options out there. If you're on X, I can see every day. I get notifications like so-and-so's live, so-and-so's live. If you're watching over on X, thanks for clicking on us today. If you're over on Rumble, thanks for watching today. If you're over on Facebook, Facebook's got how many options out there? You chose to watch the show today, chose to comment. I appreciate it. Thanks for joining our community today. Thanks for making it a great show. We will see you back on Thursday.
Starting on day one, we'll implement a rapid series of bold reforms to restore our nation to full prosperity. We're going to go full prosperity and to build the greatest economy the world has ever seen, just as we had just a short time ago. We will make America powerful again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America healthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Great again. Great again.